This is For What It's Worth, the world's first Merryworth podcast. Sam and Eric use coarse language, and if you are offended by coarse language, please save yourself some trouble and cover your ears.
I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be fresh from For What It's Worth, the world's first and only Merryworth podcast. My name's Sam.
And I'm Eric.
Eric, my boy.
Yep.
My friend, we have made it. We have arrived.
Yes.
20 episodes.
Oh boy.
Look at us. Just think. 20 years ago today, we broke ground on a new enterprise, a new way of looking at life.
Amazing opportunity.
It's been a wild roller coaster of ups and downs.
Yep.
I think we've learned a lot about each other. We'd only just met when we started recording this.
At the very second, I didn't know who you were. I walked into the recording booth.
I remember I looked at you and I said, I had this space booked for the next hour or so. I'm working on this Merryworth podcast, and you said that's strange because so am I.
It's like the planets aligned.
The winds of fortune blew us together like two ships meeting on the sea.
Whoa.
How's that for a segue?
So, well, then just get going, or...
Yeah, speaking of ships on the sea, what happened last week in Merryworth?
Let's get our hands dirty. Alright, a lot of bad things happened.
Yeah, the ship is sinking. Wilbur, I want to say he almost fell off of the ship, but he didn't even come close.
Yep.
There was twice in the week where they showed Wilbur tumbling over and then some guy saving him, because of course Wilbur can't even stand fucking still without screwing that up. People are diving off the ship, killing themselves. It's
by sharks.
Getting eaten by sharks and manta rays and megalodons.
Mm-hmm. And wild Guy Fieri's.
And wild Guy Fieri's riding around in a waterlogged red Cadillac.
Oh God. The real terror of the sea.
He took a bite out of Wilbur's shoulder and said, "That is money." I got 2 tickets to Flavortown, and then Guy Fieri bit Dawn.
Oh no.
It was hideous. It was terrible. Where the fuck did that come from?
I don't
know. So
I figured he would be swimming around in the waters of Italy.
Because, Fieri is an Italian name, I assume.
Yes.
That's where the Fieris are. That's their natural climate, their natural habitat. You can find them in the more temperate zones of Italy.
Then a helicopter showed up.
And then a helicopter showed up.
And the helicopter saw them with its big eyes.
And it said, "Don't worry, I'm coming to help you." It was a JJ the Jet Plane moment.
Yep, it was pretty amazing.
So that takes us to Monday's comic.
Monday the 6th.
As a helicopter rescues Dawn and Wilbur from the sinking cruise ship. "I can't believe this is happening to me. A simple vacation with my father turns into a nightmare. It's hard to believe we survived."
Yep.
I can imagine an afternoon with Wilbur Weston being a nightmare, let alone a 2-month vacation in Italy.
Yep.
It's... Dawn, you were giving Wilbur far too much credit. She's got a little bit of a Marilyn Monroe thing going on there in panel 1.
Yep.
Is that in any way intentional?
I hope all these dead bodies can't see my underpants. Oh dear.
I'm kind of disappointed that there aren't people just floating in the ocean below.
There's like a shark that pops out of the water. His eyes bug out.
There's
He
just
starts panting
his
and
tongue
howling.
rolls out. The shark's head turns into a wolf's head. Steam shoots out of his gills. I like these kind of generic army men that are saving everybody too.
The one on the right panel looks kind of like a night owl. Kind of what's going on.
He's getting into that weird little round ship.
Come on, let's get to my owl ship. I'll save you. That would be a lot more interesting if that's what happened.
These guys are dressed kind of like those action figures you get at the dollar store.
Yes.
And there's like a bag of 4 or 5 of them, and it's stapled together, and none of them are the same size.
Like a knockoff G.I. Joe doll.
Yeah, just awful toys that are completely made of, like cheap Chinese plastic.
Yep.
Lead paint.
Wonderful.
Tuesday.
I go on vacation with John, and we end up needing to be rescued. But my daughter and I survived, and that's all that matters.
And then Wilbur goes limp as a kitten in that giant man's arms.
And he just falls asleep. Aww. I feel so safe in your strong arms. Mind if I just take a...
Look at that little guy. He's all tuckered out from nearly sinking into the ocean and drowning.
And the soldier's just completely disgusted. This guy smells horrible. When's the last time I washed this suit? 1979? Ugh.
It smells like American cheese and pepperoni. Look at how humongous this guy is in panel 1.
Oh my god,
he's like a good 1.5 feet taller than Wilbur.
It's like an Adonis.
They found the biggest, burliest, most Italian men they could find for this rescue operation.
I'm so glad that the Navy joined the Air Force or whatever the fuck this is.
I think it's the Italian Air Force, so it's the Air Forcia.
Ah, great. Also, I think this cannon, or whatever it is kind of symbolic of what's going on in Wilbur's pants right now.
Is that a phallic symbol?
Yes. So, I'm sorry. I haven't had this much contact with another person in a while. Sorry.
Also, when I first looked at it, I assumed it was a cannon as well.
Yeah.
But it is the steam. It's the smokestack on the ship.
Oh.
The ship is
sideways.
completely sideways.
I totally forgot. I was wondering why there was some kind of artillery on the cruise ship. But
they sent an aircraft carrier to rescue the people on the cruise ship.
But then again, I don't think cruise ship have those little portholes with the circles and the screws on them. So,
I've never been on a cruise ship, but I've never seen such a thing in any of the commercials.
So I wasn't gonna question it.
How absurd. Wednesday.
Yep.
Wednesday. Dad, thank God.
John, are you okay?
Wilbur has he's still in that limp mode he was in previously. Like, as they're setting him down in the helicopter, they're like, okay, Mr. Weston, you can stand up now, and he's just hanging there by that harness, like a puppet.
Honey, we're at Grandma's. Put your shoes on. Why? Oh, I'm taking a little nappy there.
Wilbur's just kind of rubbing his eyes and his nose. No!
I want to lay down. Tired.
I don't want to go in the helicopter. Just throwing a fit. I'm okay. We're both alive. I can't believe it. I thought your goose was cooked.
Neither could I. I mean, look at me. I thought I was just gonna be at the bottom of the ocean. In Davy Jones's locker.
I'm the exception that proves the rule to Darwinism. As these men are untangling Wilbur.
I mean, neither can I. Look how many other people died and I survived.
I'm the one who lived.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense. But I'm happy.
I have trouble standing up if I've been sitting in a chair too long. How about Thursday?
Thursday sounds good.
Did they make a comic on Thursday?
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't they?
Let me check my schedule. Oh, yes, they did. Inside the helicopter after Wilbur and Dawn are rescued.
I say, I'm gonna do a little dance. Da 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 da.
When Dawn's got a big smile on her face, she loves it when Daddy dances.
Here I am. Starts rolling his arms around.
Also, Dawn has grown to enormous size. She's become a giant, and she's helping her father's elbow there.
Come on, Daddy. We love you, Daddy. Just look at the size of her wrist and the size of his arm.
Exactly.
Her wrist is like the size of his neck.
They've been doing this thing the entire time, where Dawn's really, really self-conscious about how large she is.
Yes.
She's got the same proportions as a normal, healthy woman.
Yep.
But she's just 8 feet tall.
And soon she's gonna grow too big for her own heart and then die.
And then she'll die. I once watched Dawn. She was eating one of those summer sausages like a Slim Jim. It was insane. Just bit right into it like it was nothing.
When she holds a regular ear corn, it looks like a baby corn.
Your knee is bleeding, Dawn says as she gets down on her hands and knees all the way to the floor to point it out.
Let me just get right in close and look at this thing.
And just to make sure that you can follow my line of sight, even though my nose is inches away, I'm going to point at it.
She just pokes it. Right there. Right there, you got an open wound, Dad, right there.
What do you got there, Pops? Poke?
I'm okay. It's alright. It's just a minor wound. Just a minor wound. Like that knight says in that Monty Snake Guy, flying carnival.
And of course, Wilbur's never seen the Holy Grail.
Oh no, he hasn't. He's heard a lot of his friends quote it, and he laughs as if he knows what they're talking about, but he doesn't.
It's like that situation where I hadn't seen The Big Lebowski until I was like 23.
Exactly.
And then when I watched it, I was like, I know every scene of this movie in order just from hearing people talk about it the last like 10 years. That doesn't even look like a very bad Like, Wilbur skinned his little knee.
Yeah, I think he just got some of the dipping sauce for the shrimp on his leg. It fell down his pants, and it just wasn't until his pants ripped that it was noticeable.
Wilbur fell off his bike and skinned his knee, and now his dad, he ran to his dad, and his dad put a Band-Aid on it, and he's like, "Come on, sport." Wilbur's just,
Yes.
Wilbur's dad just has a deeper voice.
I'm Wilbur's dad.
Come on, sport. I'll take you down to the Dairy Queen and I'll get you a snow cone.
Do you like Power Rangers or Ninja Turtles? For some reason, those existed then. I don't know.
Yeah, when Wilbur was a child, Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles, back in 1960. But Wilbur's dad was a good dad.
Yep.
Also, the picture of Wilbur's dad in my head is Steve Brule's dad.
He's a big hulking man.
I'll be like a daddy.
and you can look, and it's like those cartoons where you can never see the parents' face. These are so big.
You just see him from the foot, maybe up to mid-thigh.
Yes.
That's it.
It's like Nanny from Muppet Babies.
And when he speaks, the camera shakes. It's the vibrations from his mighty voice. All right, Friday?
Friday. Unbelievable. Like something out of a goddamn movie. Jesus.
I wonder, Eric, before we continue, I wonder possibly what movie Wilbur could be talking about. It's got to be a film where a large ship, runs aground or runs into something and sinks.
It was a hard one. I feel like I'm in 2012 and I'm John Cusack. Wow. This is crazy.
Well, let's see where they're going with this.
I feel like is this Deep Impact? It is nuts.
This is just like Gone in 60 Seconds.
Everyone's dying out there. I hope they all go to heaven like the dogs.
This is...
wait, no, maybe he's thinking about Speed 2. That took
Yes.
place on a cruise ship.
Yes. Of course, that has to be it.
Speed 2, Even Speedier, starring Sandra Bullock. Eric, they could not possibly be setting up a little jokey movie reference, given the subject material of this strip, of this story arc that's going on right now. It couldn't be. But let's continue, because...
Are you sick? What's wrong with you? Why would they do something like that?
Look, I feel guilty for even suggesting it. But
let's go.
Okay,
let's see.
Let's see where they're going with this. Do you know what's even more unbelievable? They played My Heart Will Go On in the dining room at dinner tonight.
Oh, God. You're crazy.
I'm the king of the world.
I just go on making jokes. Hey, Don. Draw me like one of your French girls.
Eric, I cannot condone the behavior of Karen Moy and Joe Gaelia
Nope.
at this point in time. I'm completely fucking beside myself.
all like the military guy and the other two survivors that are in the helicopter were all just really uncomfortable. We just survived a horrible tragedy here.
You two were talking about a fucking James Cameron movie.
I'm like, let's make a joke about Celine Dion.
Look at that little fucking smirk on Don's face.
And Wilbur's kind of joining in too.
He's just starting to get.
Oh, right, that song from the Titanic.
He barely remembers that movie.
I'd like to point out again, Dawn is still wearing that little locket. Do you think she's going to throw it into the sea like the old lady threw the jewel into the sea at the end of Titanic?
Next week, she's going to do it.
Oh, shit. We're getting into predictions early. We already shot our wad there, but that's gotta happen. Oh, God. God damn it. God damn it. Are we gonna do Saturday's trip now?
Yeah, let's do Saturday.
Fuck.
Jesus.
It seems strange to say this, but I never thought I'd be so happy to see the ground.
You and me both, sister.
And they're sitting there doing these little wisecracks. Look at the ship. It is already almost completely submerged.
God, it looked like a little toy in a bathtub.
And all those people surrounding it drowning in the waves look like ants. Everything seems so small and insignificant from this high up in the air.
So it might as well not care about it.
Um,
We're all dust. Most of dust in the wind on. We don't matter. Life is meaningless.
We're all on one steady march straight into the grave. We flicker like candles in the wind, and eventually we get snuffed out.
Okay.
So,
Sunday?
Sunday.
After Wilbur and Dawn are rescued by helicopter from the sinking cruise ship.
Dawn, do you realize we're alive because other passengers who helped us?
He looks like he's accusing her.
Look, you are completely worthless. I thought you had my back on this one.
And because of that rescue team that saved us, and because maybe someone was looking for us. And again, Wilbur's way too close.
Back the fuck
Back
up.
off.
Why are you looking at me in my eyes, Wilbur? Back up, son. You're gonna get your jaw jacked.
Your nose is squishing up against mine, please. Back up.
Dad, you were right about this trip. It changed my life.
And Wilbur smiles. I worked here each time. Now Dawn will have nightmares every single night.
I can't wait to get home to Santa Royale and wake up to my daughter's terrifying screams every morning at 3.
Every night you think of all the men, women, and children screaming blood-curdling screams as they drown to death in the ocean.
There's nothing like a good vacation to build a lifetime of memories of the time that you saw hundreds of people die right before your very eyes in a final excruciating moment of horror and pain.
I remember my family vacation where that happened.
And then there's a slow zoom on Wilbur's face as there's the sounds of screaming and chainsaws.
I was the only survivor.
I made a deal to make sure of that.
And then he tips a little wink, and there's I don't know, Giorgio's business card sticking out of his pocket. Wilbur and Giorgio did this to terrify the life right out of Dawn.
Dawn, my whole plan to make you cheer up was straight out of this Saw movies. Now that you know what it's like to almost die, you can appreciate life.
Either that, or you learn that leaving the house is dangerous, and you should just stay inside all day.
So, Dawn, want me to hook you up with a nice young man? Ah?
We've got two choices. I either find you a new boyfriend, or you and me sit down and we watch an episode of Here Comes Honey Boo Boo Child and eat a couple of Hungry Man TV dinners.
What do you say?
Are you ready to finally give up on life like I have?
And that is what Wilbur's plan was all along.
I wish I had a dad like Wilbur.
Wilbur was figuring, like, okay, 2 months with me, that should be enough to make anyone give up on life.
Just completely give up hope.
But then this whole the boat crashing thing happened, and, well, worked out in his favor.
So, good job, Wilbur Weston.
Hats off to you.
Rats off to you. So, there's the end of the week.
That's it.
What a fucking week it was.
Jesus Christ.
Whew. So, predictions?
Well, as we mentioned earlier, the whole Lockett thing.
The Lockett thing is going to happen.
But, beyond that, I think we might go back to Mary.
Yeah,
I
was going to say, this is the perfect time for an abrupt change in setting and tone in Maryworth that we're so used to.
Yes. We're going to cut to Mary, and she's going to say something profound. So, survival, blah, 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 blah.
The gift of life is one of the most precious. You need to appreciate every second you're around. And then she's going to do some weird little moan. I'm not sure exactly what that sound was supposed to be. I was trying to say a word, but it didn't come out. Anyway.
Anyway, Toby, do you want to go get some frozen yogurt?
Thanks, Mary. I saw a new froyo stand just down the road. Let's casually walk there. This'll take a week and a half.
I am completely 100% expecting the walk that Mary and Toby were having to still be going on, even though it's like a day and a half later.
What if they've gotten lost? They're just wandering around in the vast, featureless expanse of Santa Royale.
Where the hell are we?
Toby, I think we passed that tree twice already. We're going in circles.
I think a scorpion bit me. Oh no.
Toby, we need to find water. We'll be dead in hours if we don't stay hydrated.
I mean, we're gonna have to do something to keep up with the suspense of what just happened here.
Well, yeah. We just kind of, it dumped on us. Like, all of a sudden, they see a helicopter, bing, bang, boom, rescued. I'm still wanting some action.
So we need to do something. So Mary gets lost in the desert. That's what's going to happen.
Mary and Toby, crisis in Santa Royale.
Yep.
So there's our predictions. Do you have a
worthy moment of the week?
A worthy moment of the week?
Yep.
That's my favorite part of the show.
I love it too.
Because all of a sudden...
Oh, you go first. I think I did it first last week.
Yeah, you did. Eric, pay attention.
What?
Have I got your attention? Undivided?
Yeah.
My worthy moment of the week was Dawn getting up close and personal on Wilbur's bloody knee.
Yes.
She's all the way down on the ground. Like, she's practically touching her nose to it.
Yep. It's right up in there.
Also, I think this is the first time I've seen actual blood in a Mary Worth strip.
Yes. It's not much, but it's there.
They're really feeding into my love of violence and gore here.
Yep. It's like, oh man.
It's pretty intense for Mary Worth.
What is this? What is this? One of those gory movies?
Is this the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Is this hostile? What's going on here? Gross.
What's
Ugh,
going?
I'm gonna
Ugh.
faint.
Oh, what's going on here? Is this Friday the 13th? Ugh. If we run out of gory movies, we can just say the titles of.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. Hey, what's your worthy moment of the week, bud?
My worthy moment of the week is the panel right before that one, where Wilbur does a little jig.
Hi-de-di-de-dee-de-di, hi-de-di-de-di.
He's doing his victory rescue dance.
I was able to cheat death yet another day.
He does that every single time he's in some kind of severe accident. He's been in car pileups. He's been in, all kinds of horrible situations, hostage situations. Had been held up at gunpoint, but every time he makes it out okay.
He always survives despite his complete lack of guile and conviction.
And then he does a little dance. Say, thank you, God, for not letting my worthless life be ended.
Wilbur Weston lives to ride again.
Wilbur Weston is always on top. Yay!
He's got that little grin on his face. Even Dawn, she's seen that little jig too many times. She knows what's coming.
She's like, yeah, Dad, okay. Get in the boat. Let your giant daughter help you onto this boat. Or helicopter. Helicopter. Damn it, I screwed up.
A helicopter is basically a boat that can fly.
Same thing.
Same thing. Dawn saying to him, Dad, can you at least get all the way inside the helicopter before you start dancing?
Yes, exactly. And that's why I love it so much.
Wilbur's just gonna...
going, whoa! We already know you have a bad balance, Wilbur, from the boat. Like, what are you doing?
He's just gonna fucking spill ass and land in the ocean.
You're just gonna spill off the catwalk of this goddamn helicopter and then... be in the same situation.
He's just going to land back on the boat, and then the helicopter has to go get him. Only this time, both of his legs are broken.
Yes. It's gonna be sort of like Homer jumping the gorge.
We're falling down Springfield Gorge, exactly. Oh, boy. So,
well,
this being our 20th episode,
yeah?
and we have exactly one viewer for every episode so far.
Yep.
And we have people that we need to thank for that.
Yep, we do.
It's time
So
to show
go ahead.
some gratitude. Open up our hearts and let's cut down this tough guy veneer we put over everything we do, and for what it's worth. Let's show them a little of who we are, Eric.
Show them a little love.
I'd like to thank Wanders of the blog Mary Worth and Me. You can find him at maryworthandme.blogspot.com. Go to his blog, read it every day. He writes some funny jokes.
He does.
I'd say he was almost as funny as us.
Maybe.
Like, if this were the Olympics, we would get the gold medal.
Yep.
Wanders would get, like, not a silver or a bronze, but he'd maybe get, like, a gold and silver alloy. And he could stand with one foot up on the podium with us.
Yes. Of course.
Kind of like a Captain Morgan pose. And then I'd lean down and I'd kiss him right on his little head. Aww. Anyway, I think this is like the third time I said I've wanted to kiss him. Anyway, I'd also like to thank the Aquabats. I'd like to kiss them too. They wrote a song called Sequencer Race, and we stole that song and we use it as our theme song every week.
Let's just kiss everybody. Everybody. The context is everybody we thank. We also want to kiss.
We give them just a little kiss. Not like, oh, don't be weird, Eric.
Full on the lips.
I'm not saying like
right on there.
Not like a.
I mean, I don't mean tongue or anything.
No, heavens, sick. No, we're not perverts. We're just like a little, like kissing your grandma. You're love
yes.
your grandma. So you guys, the Aquabats, Wanders, you're our grandmas, and we love you, and we want to kiss you.
And so is everybody who listens.
Yes, and so are the Robot Beach Boys, who also listen to the show, so we'll knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Thank you thank you to the Robot Beach Boys, who wrote the ending theme we use, and thank you to all of our listeners.
Yep.
Seriously, if we got 0 views on all of our podcasts, we'd probably still do it, because we don't really have much better to do on a Sunday afternoon. But honestly, we really thank you. We love you.
Thank you very much.
Here's a little kiss. Mwah.
Mwah.
Wow, Eric, you were getting in there. So that's the end of the show. We've thanked everybody. We've talked about Merryworth. We've gone through our predictions. My name's Sam.
And I'm Eric. And remember, everyone, rescue someone unwilling to look after himself, and he will cling to you like dangerous illness.
And that was your week in Merryworth. For what it's worth. We did that one in harmony, huh?
Oh boy.